What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? It's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again. Boy, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot going on in them LA YouTube streets. It's a whole lot going on in them LA YouTube streets. Whoa, I be trying to duck it. Boy, I be trying to duck it. Man, shoot. The clowns are out in force. They are out in force, boy. On both sides, on the interviewer and interviewee's side. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, was what it was, gonna be what it's gonna be. Or see, you know. But anyway, getting right back to the story at hand. Listen, you can tell from the title what this is about. Prison riots. Prison riots, man. Prison riots. What we gonna look at? First termers, a person who has just come to prison for the first time, ain't been in prison 6 months. You know what I'm saying? They first riot, you know what I'm saying? And then you got those who've been in prison for years, who've been in several riots, you know what I'm saying? And look at it as program usual. They look at it as program usual, you know what I'm saying? The mindset. What is the mindset of a person that's getting into a riot for the very first time? Now, after the video, you know, you can have people that say, well, Toon, I wasn't like that, man. You know what I'm saying? My first time in prison, we got into it, man. I wasn't like that. I wasn't like this, or I wasn't like that. Or I was like this, or I was like that. You know what I'm saying? You'll have that. Then you'll have people that'll probably get in the comments and say, you know, stuff like, well, Toon, how do you know? Everybody's different. Everybody's different. How do you know how the next man felt? How do you know how the next man feels? And can I say 100% I know how the next man? No, I can't say 100%, but I was there. You know what I'm saying? I've spoken with a lot of people that's been in and out of, you know, prison riots. I've spoken to people before the riots kicked off, and I knew it was coming. And you know what I'm saying? I might have been call myself preparing them for how this thing is finna go. So, you know, I pretty much have a pretty much good insight on the psyche of dudes when they get ready to get into it. Now, it's a trip, man. It's a trip. And also, I could give you my experience, my mind frame on the first time I was in a riot. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of different when you're dealing with a person who did a lot of time in YA before they went to prison versus a person who never been to camp or YA or none of that, just messed up when they was older and went straight to prison. It's a little different because coming through, you know, the YA babies, they got that they TTG. You know, a YA baby is TTG, trained to go. Because everything, 90% of what's going on in prison is going on in YA, just on probably a small, lesser volatile level. But it's going on. It's going down in a real way, man. It's going around. So that's why you got the majority of people that was in prison, that was your noodle knockers, your head boppers, were YA babies, people that was coming from YA. Now, not everybody was like that. Some people went straight to prison and just went to acting the fool, cutting the fool off their rip, you know. But hey, hit or miss, hit or miss, hit or miss. A psyche, man, you got to look at it. Knowing that a riot is coming versus it just kicked off. Knowing ahead of time that, hey man, tomorrow we finna get down with the Mexicans on the yard. Versus just on the yard walking the track and you look up, riot! Ah! And gas and fists and feet and hands and knives, stuff just flying every which way. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you've been through that before, you're going to know how to handle that. If you've never been through it, it can be a little unsettling. It can be a little unsettling, that first one, you know. But now here it is. You got a lot of dudes that come in, man, And like for instance, I had a celly. We was getting ready to kick. We was gonna kick it off on the yard the next day. We know it was going down. We didn't have to kick it off. We knew the other side was gonna kick it off. Another race was gonna kick it off, and pretty much, it was like, hey man, everybody come to the yard, because it's going down. We know it's going down. We know they think they slick, they sneaky, and they think they finna pull a stunt in the morning, first yard. Okay, we coming on out there ready for you. Hook, line, and sinker. Let's get it, But now, here it is. Got a celly, new in prison, been in prison 3 months, has never been in a riot, never been into nothing, even in the county jail. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really get into a whole lot of nothing. So now here it is. You in the big top. You in the big top, homie. You in the big top. Now it's time to show and prove. You can't punk the game. So now here it is. Remember sitting down. This is how I know how his mindset was, how the average person mindset is, man. Because old boy wasn't no punk, and he was a crip. You know what I'm saying? He was down, had a name for himself. He wasn't scary, but, you know what I'm saying? You have nerves. You got butterflies. You know when you go to this yard tomorrow, it's life or death. You know when these doors rack in the morning, that we go into a situation that you're not promised to come back from. We're going to a situation, homie, that you're not promised to come back from. But we going. You gotta go. Because if you don't go, ooh, Lord have mercy, you're in a world of trouble. So here, talking to him, I'm like, man, look, he want to know. He talked, hey, big homie, cuz, check this out, man. Hey, what's it like, man? What we gonna do? I'm like, man, shoot, hey, homie. It's KILL at will, handle your business. During my time, I wasn't gonna be outnumbered, you know what I'm saying? Because the numbers were a little different back then. Numbers was different back when I was in California prison system, back in the 80s versus now, you know what I'm saying? It's drastically uneven, blacks and Hispanics. Whereas back when I was there, it was more blacks or even, So anyway, dudes want to know, man, hey man, hey, tell me what to look for. And I let them know. I'm saying, homie, just, whatever's in front of you, get at it. Because they're going to be trying to get at you, homie. 9 times out of 10, they ain't coming solo dolo. It's going to be groups of them. It's going to be groups. And it's going to be different waves of them. They're going to be coming. They're going to come. When the siren go off, don't get down unless whoever's in front of you or on the side of you get down too. Now, when you make your mind up to get down, look around. Always look around. Make sure where all the Mexicans are at, that's near you. You know what I'm saying? If they near you, make sure when you get down, look up. Look at him. See what's in his hand. Look at his hand. See what he got. Look over here. Look around you. Look around you. Because if you get on that ground, they gonna jump back up, homie. 9 times out of 10, they got a habit of doing that. They're going to jump back up off the ground and try to rush you. Now you're gonna have to jump back up. But in that process, that singles you out for the gunner. Now the gunner is directly on you because the gunner is looking for everybody to get down. Get out, get out, get down. They want you down on the ground with your hands stretched out on the ground. So now if you down and he's scanning this area over here and from his peripheral, he see you and 2 more dudes jump up off the ground, he gonna pop you, homie. Because you dead in his sights now. He gonna pop you. So boom. And he's like, man, I don't want to get shot, cuz. I don't want to get Hey, man, it's the nature of the beast, cuz. It's the nature of the beast, homie. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, cuz. If you don't know which gunner is going to be popping at you, you ain't got time to think about that. You don't have time to worry about if this gunner is beamed down on you. You got to worry about if this dude in front of you or if these 2 dudes in front of you have a weapon in their hand and they trying to take your life with it. Now, you got a weapon in your hand. You have to keep in mind, You're trying to do as much damage to the enemy as you possibly can, to the guy that is in direct opposition to you, that's in front of you. You are trying to do as much damage to him as you possibly can before this gun tower hit you with that mini 14, man, with them long rifle shells like that's tumbling, hit you right here and your whole arm fall off. You trying to hurry up and do what the best you can do before this gunner beams in on you. Now, sometimes you're gonna be tied up, locked up with an individual who could care less about the gunner. A lot of times, depending on what race that y'all going at it with, they not gonna care about that gunner, homie. They got a set plan in their mind, and they coming, and they gonna keep coming. So as they keep coming, you just got to keep laying them down. Bump the gunner, let the gunner do what he gonna do. Just keep laying them down. Pause on their jaws, you know. So the homie was like, yeah, all right, cuz. So, you know, I tell him that. I say, homie, you know, hey, I say, I understand you being nervous. I say, you know, cuz I done been through this several times, but I'm nervous. You never know what the outcome is gonna be. I'm nervous. You could be handling a person in front of you and feel a sharp pain in your back. Now, an enemy done, you know what I'm saying, to stab you in your back with whatever type of homemade knife he got. You can't think on that. You can't dwell on that. Spin up off of him, shake it off, and keep handling your business. Keep doing what you got to do. It's on you, man, to not let the next man hurt you. It's on you. Nobody cares about you more than you care about yourself, because they going to be caring about themselves, going through and dealing with whoever's in front of them. So you got to get down for your grits and gravy. You know what I'm saying? I told him, I say, homie, we get back to back. We get back to back, homie. You know, I say, if we back to back, we just gonna handle our business. Any and everybody run up, we just gonna lay them down. Now, the homie didn't have no heat. He didn't have a weapon. I did. So he was like, man, you got a weapon, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, homie, I've been doing time long enough to know I'm gonna keep one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep one, homie. My motto is, I'd rather be caught with it than caught without it. You feel me? You know, that's how that go. So I'm gonna be, you know, I'm finna zone out. I said, we hit the shore. I'm finna zone out. I say, man, just stay near me. Just stay. He be like, all right. So it was like, man, what, you know, he wanted to know, what area do you go to? And I felt him. I understood, you know what I'm saying? I understood. I'm like, cuz, it's just how it go. You know, you got a lot of stuff going through your mind. You got a lot of dudes, man, that's going to participate in the ride. Really, not because they want to, but because they don't have a choice. And the reason why I say they don't have a choice, because they done got rushed. They own the yard. They really don't want nothing to do with this ride, but whatever race that we getting into it with, just so happened they rushed them, so they got to defend themselves. So now they in the ride, and they really didn't want to be in the ride anyway. You got a lot of dudes on the yard that they gonna participate because they know they have to if they out here on this yard. But the only thing on their mind is, dang, how much time am I gonna catch? I want to go home. I don't want the 115. Man, I don't want to go to lockup. But you know what I'm saying? They between a rock and a hard spot. They danged if they do, and they danged if they don't. They gotta get down. If one homie can say, man, cuz, man, that fool right there wasn't doing nothing, man. He ran, or woo woo woo, their career is over. Their career is OV. So now, you know, and that can get you hurt. You out here, man, you supposed to clear your mind out, blank your mind out, and participate in what's going on, in the lesson at hand. We are in a ride, let's get them. That's the only thing that should be on your cerebellum. Bump, if the gunner done beam down on you, bump. If you got a parole date coming up and all this old crazy mess, you can't focus on that. You cannot focus on that. Now, a lot of times what we would do, if we had a homie and he was scheduled to go home, we would just tell, hey, cuz, stay in the cell. Don't even worry about it. You going home. Because we don't want to see our people locked up like that. Any homie get a chance to get up out of there, we want to see him get up out of there. So like, cuz, don't even trip, cuz, just stay in there. We got it. You know what I'm saying? We got it. Cool. You know, that would happen sometimes. Then sometimes that would happen and the certain individual be like, no, cuz, bump that, homie. I'm finna get out. That's how my mind was. Man, I'm finna get out. I'm not home till I get there. Staying in no cell, cuz, I'm finna get out. And they come get out, you know? And so you got a myriad of different things going through your mind at this time. You got a bunch of them, you know what I'm saying? Some dudes are just stoned down scary, but they've been faking it till they make it. Now they out here and it's finna get real. You know what I'm saying? It's finna get real and they scared to death. You got some dudes that won't come out the cell. They already been given orders. They already been told, hey, homie, man, to the yard in the morning. Man, everybody to the yard. They ain't coming. They not coming. They rather deal with the consequences from us than deal with the consequences of being subjected to violence from another race of people who don't care nothing about him for real. He'd take his chances with us. You gonna see that a lot. And you got all type of things going through dudes' mind. You got some dudes that deep down inside really just don't want to hurt nobody. They don't want to hurt nobody. They in here for the little poop butt dope selling. You know? They ain't shot at nobody, ain't punched nobody, ain't did nothing. But they out there living the life of Riley, living it up, cause they ain't sold a little dope. Now they in here where, you know what I'm saying, where you got the barbecue or mildew. And they don't want to do nothing to nobody. They just don't, but they know they got to come participate because the order has been issued. So, you know, you got all type of stuff going through their mind. And like I say, it's a mind thing, man. It's a mind thing. It's a mind. The first ride I went through when I was in YA, man, you know, it's a trip because it gets like everything is moving in slow motion at first. When it first kicks off, whether we rush them or they rush us, when stuff is flying past you, dudes got weapons swinging on you, punching at you, you punching back, you got a weapon, you throwing this, you doing that, you kicking, you doing whatever you may be doing during this ride. It's a trip, man, because it'll start moving in slow motion like you know, stuff just be in slow motion. Then it'll something snap, click, and everything just come back to full speed. But you getting it. Now you getting it now. You know? It's a myriad of things that goes through your mind, homie. You know what I'm saying? It is. I done had dudes tell me, man, they was in the middle of a ride, man, thinking about their family, you know, wondering what their mama was doing, all type of weird stuff. You never know, homie. You just never know. You know, you just never know. I've seen dudes getting a ride and when they made us get down, they on the ground hyperventilating. They just been scared that bad. You know what I'm saying? They might be a non-affiliate or whatever, a civilian, but boy, scared the bejesus up out of them. They on the ground hyperventilating. I done seen dudes start crying. Crying real tears. Don't want nothing to do with the drama no more. And then ran off PC'd up. They don't want nothing to do with this. Hey, man, call me what you want to. I'm out of here. You know, I done seen dudes look when we get out on the ground, looking around, and they look this way. Dude over here next to him, gone. As YouTube say, he's been unalived. You see a big old blood stain just growing on him. Why? Because the gunner done hit him with that Mini 14. Tore his whole chest cavity out. Out of here. You feel me? You look, honestly, dude, look around. You look across, you see dudes rolling on the ground, stabbed up, life leaking up out of them, shot up, life leaking up out of them. They moaning, oh. Goon squad out there, you know what I'm saying, trying to cuff dudes up, get them up. Don't even care. They gonna let his life leak up out of them because they don't care. You feel what I'm saying? They don't care. They see this man needs major medical attention, but they don't care. They don't care. They'll leave him there and act like something else is so important than getting this man off this yard because his life is literally leaking up out of him. You know? And I've also, that mind frame, homie. And I've also seen dudes, after they get that first one out the way, oh, man, you can't tell them nothing no more. They are ready. They chomping at the bit for the next one. Can't wait. You can't wait. They ready to kick it off. But anyway, man. You go through a lot of stuff mentally, man. You really do. You go through a lot of stuff mentally. Some dudes mentally, they not equipped for that lifestyle. And a lot of dudes mentally, they are equipped for it. Then you got a lot of dudes that at one time mentally, they might not been with it, but after going through it so much, now they mind done flipped and they like, hey man, another day at the office, another day at the office. Human beings are peculiar individuals. They are peculiar beings because a lot of times you just don't know what to expect from another human being. When you think you do, that's when you set yourself up for disappointment. When you got high expectations on people, man will let you down, man. People will let you down, man, all the time. All the time. Like I say, it is what it is, man. It was what it was. It's going to be what it's going to be, or see, So anyway, if you happen to be in that position, don't let nobody know the skin is tender because they're going to try to tenderize it. Hey, man, tell the people you love them, homie. And don't forget, man, I represent the gangsters, homie. The Avalon gangsters. I'm out. Peace.
When I fall, then you pop. Don't nobody drop. You better pay into the block. Then fuck the cops. You better squeeze until it's empty. I put that on 50. She's with it. How you hit me? Hey gang, swing gang, what it looks at. 5 tray, yeah, third that. 4 8, 8 8, 11 6. So when you slide down the 8, you're getting clapped at. Heads up into my days up.